I wore dresses all the time. I like to wear dresses. Why do we love our grandparents so much? Part of the reason I think has to do with the tremendous natural affection and affinity that kids have for older people, whether they are their actual grandparents or not. Take a microphone out of my hands, and I'm just plain folks. Librarians have always been among the most thoughtful and helpful people. They are teachers without a classroom. Positive feelings come from being honest about yourself and accepting your personality and physical characteristics, warts and all, and from belonging to a family that accepts you without question. These days, you have to have a gimmick to do the weather. You have to have an act. August depresses me a little. I don't even feel like eating. And when I don't eat, that's a sure sign of stagnation. If I go down in for anything in history, I would like to be known as the person who convinced the American people that catfish is one of the finest eating fishes in the world. Everyone complains about the weather, but nobody ever seems to do anything about it. Never slap a man who chews tobacco. When I was just starting out in the business, I used to love to watch Lorne Greene doing the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I said right then, that's what I want to do someday, and it's been one dream that has come true. I want to get my own show because today will eventually get tired of me, or the audience will get tired of me. The critics, how come you never see any of them on TV? The only way to predict if there's a cloud on your horizon due to glaucoma is to get tested. No matter what the diagnosis, the forecast is for clear vision in the years ahead. When I can, I do 25 minutes of calisthenics every day. I'm Southern Baptist, not a meteorologist. I'd like to do Saturday Night Live. I've always had a reputation as a buffoon. Will Rogers was an American hero, someone you could get your teeth into and love. Nobody actually talks to anybody anymore. People in cubicles next to each other, they email each other. I run me like a conglomerate because that's what I am. In high school, I weighed 175 to 180. I looked like Abraham Lincoln. I was 6'3", biggest thing in the class, but tall, not fat. I have always said that the best training to be a TV newsman or anybody on television is to do a children's show because you are oblivious to the fact that there is a camera there. I had the privilege of having two sets of loving grandparents. My grandmother was a typical farm family mother. She would regularly prepare dinner for 30 people, and that meant something was always cooking in the kitchen. All of my grandmother's recipes went back to her grandmother. When you hit the big time, big money, big egos, people don't talk. You have no friends. Having a phobia has changed me. It was a big story in yesterday's soup. Who cares? I'm not the dumbest guy that ever lived. I talk too much. I eat too much. I have the best job in the entire history of broadcasting. Nature's a tranquilizer as you get older. Bryant Gumbel's ego has applied for statehood. And if it's accepted, it will be the 5th largest. The best cookies of all in the world are the ones my daughter Sally makes. They come out all uniform with nice little air holes. It's simply a tragedy that anyone today goes blind from glaucoma when it's so unnecessary. When something's over with me, it's over. My dad was an agent for MetLife. In the 50s, I remember the mortality rate was something like, 58 was the average age. Then it was moved up to 62, and then 65, 68. There are plenty of good-looking women out there. Go get them. There is something endearing about the weatherman. The TV weatherman has always been one of the best, most secure jobs. They change anchors, they change the set, producers come and go. But the weather person hangs on forever.